こんにちは、ラクロワです。コールオブクトゥルフ。コールオブクトゥルフ。コールって言っちゃうな。続きやってきます。前回大変だったね。病院から抜け出すのが。最後は死んだはずの刑事に何とか救ってもらって、ホーキンス邸を隠れ家に活動することになったけど、この先大丈夫かな。大きなタコのような。
Who goes there?
よいし
A
ょ。
nightmare again. I need a drink.
酒も睡眠薬もなしでね。いい朝だ。このことさえなければ、景色は楽しみたいけど。行こう。
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day's only starting. It's fine.
やあ、刑事さん。
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
そりゃ、
There are
この刑事
things
さん死んだはずなん
I
だ。
can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
ダメだな。まずヒントを見たかもしれない。
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
これだよな、空鬼。
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
何かがいた。
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins.
サラ・ホークズの訪問者。
He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
奥さんがいるんだ。
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't
そうだ
agree.
ね。
She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
確かに。慎重に行こ
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my
う。
best.
そうだね。あんな思いはこりごりだ。
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
あれ
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
それはこっちも同じだよ。さ、行こうか。そういえば、昨日トロフィー確認してみたら、前々回あたりか。に歌った地球儀を動かすとまた、違う出口が出てき、また出口が出てきたみたいなんだよね。わかるかっての。 フランシス・サンダース。気の毒に。
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
意外とすんなり入れた。
However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here.
ああ、まただね。
You know each other. Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me. You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died.
そうじゃなくて。
His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later. Very well, Miss Baker.
よし、ベイカーさん何のた
This
め
way,
に
Mr.
ここ
Pierce.
に
And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
自画像かな
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my
それ
tone.
とも人を
The
するよう
fact
な
is
話じゃな
that
かった
I
んだ
have
な。
not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
さあ。そうだな。そこちょっと聞いてみよう。
I expected to find you more grief-stricken than this by the death of your husband.
I do not like the tone of your allusion, sir. I had long months to weep every tear in my body, and to accept, if not my fate, at least that of my husband. And so I'm sorry to disappoint you if you're expecting more hysteria and grieving widow in my voice. Rest assured, however, my anger is real. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute?
ちょっと待って、目の前でとは言ってない
And
ぞ。
right before your eyes. Did you not do anything to help him?
どうしよう。これだな。
Mrs. Sanders, I understand your grief, and I extend my deepest condolences to you. But I had nothing to do with the death of your husband. I've just arrived on Darkwater. I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
The death of the Hawkins family? You mean it was not an
そうなん
accident?
です。事故じゃなかった。
This accursed island knows only tragedy after tragedy. You too would be advised to flee it like the plague.
そうしたいけど、お
Oh,
金
I'm
は
tired, Mr. Pierce.
生活がかかってるんでね。
I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
そうだな。キャットは、ベイカーは、なぜここに
May I ask you what Miss Baker is doing here? How do you know her?
My business with Miss Baker is private.
個人的な話
But you do know what kind of business Miss Baker is in, don't you?
I am no fool. Please believe that much at least.
わかりました。じゃあ、今度は、サラ・ホーキンズのことについて。
How did you come to meet Sarah Hawkins?
We were the wealthiest and most influential families on Darkwater. Of course we would know each other.
ああ。
And when Charles returned
確
from
かにそう
Europe
言わ
with
れる
his
と。
sweet little artist, she and her sinister paintings were destined to catch my husband's eye. He bought many
彼
of
女だ
her
ったこと
works
で、
over the last 5 years.
サ
They
フラン
adorn his
サンダー
macabre
ス、
gallery.
名前忘れちゃった。フランシスか。フランシスは彼女だったことで人生が狂ってきた。狂った。最後に。
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise
空
terms.
鬼について。
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's
その話し
exhibited
か
at
し
the
なかった。
center of the gallery. No
ギャ
better
ラリーの
place
真ん
for
中
painting
に。
that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself,
ぜ
if
ひ
you feel so
見せてくださ
inclined.
い。
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
あれは失礼します。と。ここ違うな。どこだろう。ここじゃないな。仕方ないとはいえ、全部鍵閉まってるんだな。あ、ベーカーさん。どうも。
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've
い
got
や、
a lot
別に
of
怒
bad
らせる
habits.
ことはしてないん
Some
だけ
can
ど。
be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
サラ・ホーキンズの描いた別の絵さ。
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
簡単には話せないんだけど。ってことでこれ聞いてみよう。
And you, what brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings.
全部
She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why
それが一
you?
番いいかもしれないね。
Believe it or not,
こんな
there
物騒
aren't
な
many
島だもん。
collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant. Wouldn't you
確
say?
かにいいと思う。
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
それは失礼。本読むべきか読んでみよう。マリウス・ベスティアルム第2巻。怪物じみた正体不明の生物、百科事典的なものを実例するような気がしてきた。閉まってるよね。これは鍵だ。あ、この絵。ホーキンス邸にもあった。じゃあ、ちょっと失礼して。不気味なものばかりだな。
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
コロンブス前。すごい歴史だ。今そんだけ不運だけ怖いな。これスフィンクスの。いや、違う。画廊の真ん中だったよね。 あれ嘘でしょ。
The public entrance to the gallery.
ああ、一般通路。
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
古い武器。なんだこれ。あ、今オイル入れたんだ。
The man transforms an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
広いなぁ。確か真ん中になんかあるって言ってたよね。これか。あれ、至るところにオイルがあるな。使うのかな。これは一体。まずい。何なんだ一体。目は見えなさそうだ。空を観察するって。あんまり見ないにしよう。やばい。ほら、隠れよ。落ち着いて。限界だ。どこにいる？やばい。出られないかな。触ることができない。まずい。逃げろ。どこに行ければいい？何かつながり。やばい。やばい、近づいてる。後ろにいる。つながりがあるもの。あれ、なんか光ってる。つながりあるもの。
Damn. I could try tearing the painting with this thing.
落ち着いて。あ、やられた。何かヒントはあるかな、この画廊の中に。お、
Damn it! This dagger didn't.
そういうことか。急いで。そういうことか。これはどうだ。違う。
Damn it! I have to use a specific dagger.
別の探検。そういうことか。絵に探検を刺して。これはどうだ。ダメか。他に探検はあった。
This dagger looks different.
違う。これか。よし、これはどうだ。なんか前も見たような気がする。こんなのも。ダメか。次はどれだ。ああ。
Damn. This dagger looks different.
やばい。見つかった。ここ以外に剣はなかったかな。どうだ。よし。やったぞ。まずい、引き込まれる。なんだこれ。腕が。
What's the matter with you?
戻ったのだ。
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm.
な
Did
い
I
な。
miss something more interesting?
襲われたんだ、怪物に。オカルト。オカルトレベル上げればよかった。
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
何も聞こえなかったかな。
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room. The door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
サンダースにいたんだ。そうだね。ドレイクに会いに行かなきゃいけない。
The creature. This dagger was the only weapon capable of pushing it back. If Hawkins was trying to get rid of this shambler, she might have made contact with Drake. This antique dealer has a good knowledge of the occult. I have nothing to lose by meeting him.
You've got your spunk back. Go where you want. I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
お邪魔しました。ああ、どうなるかと思った。ヒントがほとんどないんだもん。なあ。ああ。第7章に移るか。第7章、七種の処方。サラオニとは単なるサラ・ホーキンスの絵画ではなかった。巨大な生物が飛び出して、ピアーズを襲ったのである。激闘の後、探偵はかろうじて海外に追い返した。後に生物を撃退した担当が、七種の処方の天主であるアルジャノン・ドレイクという男からサンダースに売却されたものだと知る。ピアースはその処方を訪ねることにした。じゃあ、今回はここまでで。見てくださり、ありがとうございました。じゃあ、また。